Hello, this is Fighting Vipers for PS3. I have to set up my controls. Standard arcade stick 1, okay. What do we got here? So it's basically Virtua Fighter controls. I'm using my arcade stick this time instead of just a pad. I want punch here. What is... Let's see... No, I need circle. I hate unused here. Circle is gonna be kick. Where are we at? Here we go. Square is unused. X is unused. I have my arcade stick buttons rewired for Neo Geo back when I actually used my Neo Geo. Through a Brook super converter, of course. Wait, I did it. No, I got that right. Okay, L2 is guard plus kick, or they call it defend in this, I guess, or defend plus punch. And this is going to be on R2 is going to be kick plus guard, or defense, because I don't use the actual guard button, because I don't want to hold a guard button. This is basically how I do it in Virtua Fighter. These menus are weird, because sometimes you have to hit enter to go back, but sometimes you hit circle to go back. What else do we got? Music, sound, screen. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm cutting off the size of the screen so you can't see all this, but yeah, there's basically punch, kick, defense plus punch to throw, and that's really it. They call this the basic controls, but they don't even tell you about breaking armor off people or anything here. Alright, well, I'm playing this because I just played Fighting Vipers 2 in Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, the Steam version on PC, and that was pretty fun. And I wanted to see what Fighting Vipers 1 was like. I also just went and checked out the Dreamcast version of Fighting Vipers 2, which I forgot didn't come to the States. It only came out in Japan and Europe, but I never got it back in the day, and I was getting like every fighting game that came out on Dreamcast. So I think maybe, especially import ones, so I think maybe I saw that it was Sega. I saw that it was basically set up like Virtua Fighter 3, looked like the Virtua Fighter 3 engine, and I had really bounced hard off of Virtua Fighter 3 on the Dreamcast back in the day. So maybe I didn't get it because of that. I don't know. But, oh, I had Mauler unlocked. But, so wait, Jane is not blonde here in Fighting Vipers 1. Wow, I forgot about that. She's blonde in Fighting Vipers 2.
Round 1.
And she does still have the power fist, but it's a lot smaller. Her armor in Fighting Vipers 2 is much bigger and bulkier, and she looks like she's just like almost in an exoskeleton type of power suit. It's funny too, because this stage, Bahn's stage, is like this so complete with the Yul Brynner Westworld cutout cowboy back there, is in Fighting Vipers 2, except it's on fire. It's like burning down this little movie set town. It's just burning. So I think this was a Model 2 game in the arcade. It's graphically simpler than Fighting Vipers 2, which was Model 3. There goes Bahn's armor. It's so funny that she's a brunette, that's it. And then she goes blonde in Fighting Vipers 2. That was a cool dunk. So I kind of bounced off this game, this version of this game, when I played it, or after I first got it on PS3, and I'm not sure why. It does have these flashing effects, and maybe I didn't like those, but I think it was more than that. I think there was something about, well, that green and white strobe is kind of bad. It is actually, the flashing is harsher than in Fighting Vipers 2, although part of that might have to do with, like, it's got a screen filter on it in, like, a Dragon Gaiden, a sort of stupid scanline screen filter. It's also running it in a slightly reduced window size in like a Dragon Gaiden, which is annoying. That little round win animation for the round counter is cool, how it spins in. Or I guess it just spins a lot anyway. So I knocked her top armor off. I don't know, I was probably unfavorably comparing this to Virtua Fighter in my head when I bounced off it, but it's kind of like it's just a simplified, mashy, very button mashy Virtua Fighter. And that's not necessarily bad if you're in the mood for something a little lighter. Just want to bash some buttons. Look at those polygons on her cheek. I do hate Picky, though. I love his stage, but I hate fighting Picky. That down-forward backfist uppercut of hers is pretty rad. Whoa. Oh, shut up, Picky. Wow, when that light comes on, it kind of makes the whole scene look a lot more complex, because you've suddenly got lighting going on. Oh, there I finally landed her. I couldn't do anything with that forward kick flying knee in the sequel. But so I checked out the Dreamcast version of Fighting Vipers 2, which, as I said, I never got for whatever reason back in the day. And it's kind of amazing playing it. Well, I didn't play it really, but seeing it back to back, man, that does look like the Space Needle back in the background there. It's just so much faster. Than the version in Gaiden, not in terms of like it's actually running like sped up or anything, but just well, basically there feels like the controls are a lot more responsive. I forgot about this stage. I don't like this stage. It's like the view in the distance is just kind of ugly. There's a lot of gray gravel and flat grass, which is not super exciting. What is Tokyo's? Actually, Tokyo's stage in 2 kind of sucks. Also, it's very brown and gray. You're like in this weird. It's kind of like a museum, but oh, there's the view of that tower again. It's really more. I mean, this also looks like Seattle. This is like Boeing Field outside Seattle. I wonder if they had Seattle in mind for this game. They must have, because you don't. I mean, that building looks so Space Needle, and that site there looked so Boeing Field. It's even in the right position relative to that Space Needle style building. And that view from the truck stop is just like kind of coming down from the Cascades to Seattle. Coming down from Snoqualmie Pass. I mean, granted, these are areas where I lived for a long time, so that's why I'm thinking of it, but it seems too spot on to be chance. Rattlesnake Burger. Yeah, everybody's armor is much bigger and bulkier in the sequel. The controls probably also... Oh yeah, the shadows in this stage. Probably also the controls here feel more responsive than in, like, a Dragon Gaiden. And you don't have a stupid scanline filter or something. And you can set it to harder difficulty settings. And okay, you can't hit start for pause. It's you have to hit select, which is weird. But yeah, you do have move list, which you don't have in Gaiden. It's basically a shame that the only way you get these ports from Sega now is in the really kind of half-hineyed, expensive versions in virtual arcades and Like a Dragon games. And that kind of sucks. It's nice that they're bringing out, you know, like they're doing Model 3 emulation and stuff, but it would really be nice if they gave it a standalone release, these Model 3 games, and did them up properly. Didn't make you have a stupid fake scanline filter on them. Piku Dog. Oh, that is totally the Space Needle from this angle. That is 100% Space Needle.
Time over. Round 3. Go.
The buildings around it are a little weird, but one of them, like, there is a circular tall hotel bay. Oh my gosh, it's even got cargo container loader things on one of the other views, which is just like the port of Seattle, south of Seattle. South of downtown Seattle. Down forward punch for the big old backfist uppercut.
Time over.
Oh, dang it. Shoot. Oh, what? Did I go through the wall?
Let the
What the?
action begin. Go.
Fighting Vipers 2 introduces this double, what do they call it? 2K? I forget what they call it. They introduce a new mechanic where if you hit all 3 buttons plus forward, I think, when all your armor has been blown off, you get one shot at this super power move. Maybe they call it a super KO. Yeah, I think they call it a super KO. And it says in the, oh my gosh, in the demo where it's sort of displaying you text screens about it, it says it's worth 2 wins, which I think just means it basically instantly wins you the match if you land it, because you get two round wins for it, which is interesting. Oh god, these shadows are kind of harsh on the eyeballs with the bright flashing in front of them. Maybe it was the flashing effect that I ultimately dropped this for. Oh wow, you could only see her in shadow. That was kind of cool.
Round 1. Let the action begin.
Let the action begin. She like turns her T into a D. And the graffiti in here is wild. Yeah, this lighting is pretty harsh. There goes her top armor. Much to the delight of certain fans, perhaps. I should probably try throwing her. Hey.
Time over.
Oh, wow.
Round 2. Go.
Chain's moves are pretty much the same as in 2. Of the moves that I was able to do in 2 anyway. Just mashing, there were no move lists, not that I would have wanted to look at one. Maybe she doesn't have as many combos. Like, it's just really easy to combo a bunch of stuff in 2. Like, I was constantly just mashing, hitting people up, like knocking them back in the air into the wall, and then you can juggle them off the wall.
Action begin.
Oh yeah, I love this stage. Raxel's such a cheesy glam rocker, it's great. Also, this stage is cool because people can get kicked out of the window and just have the long fall. I'm getting completely worked. Oh, he threw me. Yeah, that flashing effect is unpleasant. I was looking at reviews of Fighting Vipers 2 for Dreamcast on GameFAQs, and it got pretty mediocre reviews there. And a couple of them were saying they were really disappointed in it, like they regarded fighting it as less fun than fighting Vipers, and I'm not really sure why. So I wanted to kind of see what the deal there was. Like,
Round one.
this just feels...
Go.
I mean, I guess if you didn't like the additional combos and stuff, and you felt those were maybe a little cheesy, and you wanted a less combo intensive game, but they're you know, they're mashy chain combos, so that's kind of like the level of combo that I don't mind. Except when the boss keeps getting... He doesn't really combo me, though. He just does meaty attacks perfectly in that game, which is really irritating. That's not getting me. Oh, there we go. Oh, hit the ground. Oh, man. Clonk. Wow.
Round one. Let the action begin. Go.
Ah! Why did that do nothing? Hey, what was that? Is that a... Oh, I think I have her... Hang on a second. Oh, wrong button. Do I have her control set up wrong? No, it's on kick plus guard, but it was doing, like... It looked like it was trying to do a throw. That's weird. That's the same throw that her punch plus... Oh, forward, forward. Forward, forward, punch plus guard does a... Oh, that's a different throw. Punch guard. Yeah, okay, so... She actually has... I don't think she did that in... I didn't try her guard plus kick button much. So she's got she's got a throw on kick plus guard, which is unusual. Usually you have like a fancier kick move. But she's got like a knee, she's got a grab and then knee to the body on kick throw, or kick guard. Shoot.
Jane. Let the action begin.
Shoot, where was my power blow? Yeah, you get like free hit. You can take a free hit on these flashing moves. Forgot about that move. That's even like down. It seems like down plus kick activates that sometimes. Oh, come on. No. Oof.
Round two. Go.
Oh, she doesn't have her power sweep in this. Shush. There goes his armor. Down you go, boy. Ooh, Rax will show us them abs. Uh-oh.
Round one.
So there's a stage kind of like this that it shows you in the demo of Fighting Vipers 2 arcade version anyway, sometimes. At least the version you see in... Oh wow, the springy ropes. Kind of like this. Oh, that was neat. Getting hit. I'm mashing as hard as I can. What's going on? Yeah. She did her kick throw. There, have that yourself. Oh man, she threw me out of that. So the problem with Jane, I had a lot more problem with Jane against the boss in FV2 than with the other characters I had just used, because in FE2 anyway, she's just a little slower. She's got like this huge power armor fist, and maybe she's slower than here. I don't know. But I really kind of struggled with her against the boss, and I kind of struggled with her against other power characters, I think. Shoot!
Jane loses. Round 1. Let the action begin.
I wouldn't have picked her except that I wanted to have a more direct comparison with the character I'd played in this sequel just before this. But yeah, the Dreamcast version looks like an even like just a well, because I rip Dreamcast games using what's it called? No, I forget what it's called. Anyway, and I play them in the emulator Flycast, which runs them with less input delay than on the actual Dreamcast. So they're just fighting games. Well, all the Dreamcast games I would run that way, but it's mostly fighting games, let's face it. They're just super responsive, and anyway, it's gonna rule. It's gonna be definitely the best version of Fighting Vipers 2 for whatever that's worth, and I'm not super seeing a reason why Fighting Vipers 2 doesn't kind of render this obsolete, like Fighting Vipers 2 on Dreamcast doesn't kind of render this. I mean, this is a good port, don't get me wrong, of Fighting Vipers 1, but like, to me, like this gameplay feels like even a little realistic. It's well, okay, that's not realistic, but it doesn't have the cheesy. It has cheesecake when you break off armor a little bit, but it doesn't have the cheesy, over-the-top chain combo and juggle combos, at least not as easily that I'm finding, that the sequel does, and that, to me, is really the charm of the sequel, and what I liked about it. I do like the stages and kind of the graphic style in this, which isn't that different than 2. It's just sort of cleaner. There's less textures and polygons all over. But, and I like how it is just blatantly Seattle. So I guess for that reason I would probably keep it around. If I ever wanted to fight in Seattle, I've got this game. Oh, shoot. What am I doing? Brainless. Man, slingshot so hard.
Round 1. Let the action begin. Go.
It's kind of funny to see stuff like Bahn's stage when it's not on fire like it is in the sequel. I mean, it is on fire in the sequel. Dang it. Whoa. But there's just all kinds of crazy stuff that happens in the sequel with the juggle combo system that don't appear to be possible here. So like gameplay wise, this just here, it just kind of feels like you've got these kind of cheesy power moves, but mostly it just feels like a very limited version of Virtua Fighter. Whereas in Fighting Vipers 2, it really feels like they were going directly for something that was more like Tekken 3. And they wanted to get like a, you know, because they probably figured out that, oh, the kids like the combos. And I kind of like the results into. I'm doing really bad at this. Ah, go! don't know what to do to Evil Jane. My knee actually works pretty good in this. Actually, it was like I finally beat the boss with kicks. Dang it, I came close. Because her kick has good range. Oh, see, that's what the boss does to me, though. What am I doing? I'm hitting the start button. Or an FV2 did that to me. He just kind of steamrolled me. Okay, that didn't work at all. Gosh. See, in 2, she's got a kick, a standing... Is it a standing kick combo or like a stand to crouch kick combo? Anyway, she's got this cool kick combo. It really messed up the boss. But I don't think she's got that here. Ah. She doesn't have the power sweep either, but this has kind of a disgusting amount of range, and then it failed. Yeah, I'll cheap it out if I can.
Round 3. Go.
Yeah, the lighting is pretty harsh here. I always thought it would be cool to have a fighting game with stages with like cast shadows and stuff, but this is telling me maybe that's not a good idea. Go. Well, spamming sweep fail. What a shock. Ow. Also, I don't think she has a... No, she doesn't have a punch plus kick move. Wow. It is very limited. In 2, you've got sort of elaborate moves on punch plus kick, at least one. Oh, God.
Round 2.
Oh my gosh. And I think in 2 she would have comboed that hit there into... Yeah, she would have gotten ground hits off that. Like, she get ground juggles in 2. I'm dead. Yeah, this is depressing in this. I think that's what turned me off in this, because you hit this kind of wall where you just can't... You can't get the hits. And it feels a little stiff. Stiff and very kind of stifling. I'm making excuses here. Like if the CPU is just blocking your power attack every time, which is easy for it, apparently, then you kind of, like, what do you do then? Whereas in 2... First of all, they don't seem to block the power hits that regularly. And second of all, you can always hope to get some juggles and stuff to get that damage you need to get against a character who's just wailing on you. That was cool. Oh my gosh. She's blocking my power punch every single time. Like, what's the point of that? Okay, that hit her, I guess. I don't have the kick combo. Oh. Oh, wow. Take that. So she's not going to have upper body armor for the third round. So if I could hit her in the upper body, that would be good. I think she would take more damage. Ugh. You can't just punch people low in the knee like you can in the second one either. She's still blocking everything. She still blocked all my power punches. Or almost all of them. I mean, I broke her armor off. But... Oh, there's a little air combo. Ooh! Okay, so if I can get her going forward, that works a lot better. But there, like, she didn't get a ground combo like she would have been too. On the other hand, the CPU can't get those disgusting ground combos on me, which it probably would be doing at this point. Yeah, without the ground combos to kind of stitch things together, it feels kind of clunky. Okay, well, I finally beat my evil nemesis. Hey. And here's BM the boss. Oh man, his armor looks so cool, and too, actually, he looks like Serpentor from G.I. Joe, and I mean that in a good way. I kind of like this helicopter. There's so many helicopters in 2. Whoever made this series just had a huge helicopter fixation. Now this is gonna be rough. Ah, she doesn't... Okay, this is the same thing he did to me in 2. Oh my gosh. That was even worse, actually. He didn't even... I mean, he hit me so fast there. Oh yeah, I don't have a block, so that's rough. Oh, nice one. I wanted to see if I could throw him after he blocked the power punch, which he seems to do unerringly, but you can't. Oh god. I was gonna throw him and he just broke my neck. I don't think I can beat him. I ain't got chain combos. He blocks my power punch every single time. Oh, what am I gonna do? I don't have the kick combo I had in 2 that I finally beat him with in 2. Look at all the damage that did, though. Okay, don't get... Oh, shoot! Oh, no. Oh, wow. I did get a low punch in. Doing power punches at him is just horrible. What the heck was that hit on the wall behind me? Jeez. I think he realized that I don't. There goes my armor. Oh, I'm still alive? This sucks. So yeah, like... Oh, wow. If 2 power attacks hit at the same time, they just offset and nothing happens. In 2, they make a weird clanking sound, at least. God. Probably if I had a block button, that would help for this fight. So, combo. Oh no! How did he... Oh, man. Whoa.
Round 3. Go.
Oh, nice recovery. Oh, he recovered right into that, though. That was cool. Oh, man, standing. It got me off. Oh, no, not the down attacks. No, that was stupid. Couldn't ground combo. I'm dead. That's what happened in 2. As soon as he gets a little hit on me when I'm against the ropes, it's just game over. She's too slow to recover, I guess. Or you're not even against the ropes. He didn't do that quickly in 2. I couldn't switch from punch to kick. Oh, here we go. He didn't come in, though. He didn't come in 2. He would have come in there when I let him, when I gave him a window of opportunity. Didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Struggle. Hey, I comboed it. Oh no. Oh, what? I wish I hadn't done that right then. Oh.
Let the action begin. Go!
Every time I had a moment to attack, I was in some sort of stupid double tap slow move. Ugh. Oh, he had an A. He meatied me, like,
Round one. Let the action
arg.
go!
Nice crouch. Oh my gosh.
Round two. Go!
He didn't come in. Oh, he didn't kill me there. I'm dead. Dang it. The power move, I wish I could just turn that off. It just gets me killed. If I can combo, if I can hit him with it as he's landing, if I knock him up into the air, but... Oh, wow. Whoa. Yeah, punch him in the thigh. No. Nope, I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Oh my gosh! He got tired of me jabbing at him. Oh, I knocked him out of his power. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. So I think you can roll to the side as you get up. Oh no. He took extra damage there. No. No. God. Look at that. Come on. I just needed the one wake up hit, like, failed. Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Round two. Go!
Shoot. That hurt. Oh, no. No, I just need one hit. Well, that was about as hard as into... maybe... I mean, in 2, it might have been harder, because I just had to resort to spamming... low... What was it? Low... No, it was like standing kicks. Like, you could kind of chain those against him if he got into a certain rhythm. Hey, Susumu Mori, he was the programmer in the second one also, I just happened to notice. But yeah, this is, I mean, I think I like 2 more based on very brief play. Maybe if I tried to get more into it, it would turn out that the chains in 2 just make it a little too cheesy and abusable. Also, I had thought 2 was more flashy because it has more flashing effects on power moves and stuff, but they aren't as harsh. They aren't as high contrast as the very sharp flashes in this. But neither of them is too bad. And like 2, it shows you your knockouts, which is a Virtua Fighter tradition. Except, what was the Virtua Fighter I just played that had no knockout. Oh, it was when I cleared arcade mode in the Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown in Yakuza 6. There's just this goofy credits in a generic cloud effect. It sucked. Huh, I didn't have any scores on here. Oh, wow, okay, let's go to this. I gotta go to bed. I can't play anything else.
Bahn. Round 1.
He's 17.
Action begin.
Oh no. Wow, 2 uppercuts chain. They're juggled. How do you do an uppercut anyway? Is it? Oh God, you have to select, Sega. Come on. Oh, Sega. Really? Is it? It's not an actual uppercut input, is it? Oh, it is. Dragon upper. Oh my gosh, they have an uppercut input in here. I tried it and I got kicked out of the ring.
2. Go.
There it is. That's not it. I suck at uppercuts. There we go. So you can... What is he saying? Why did it do an uppercut? Cow patty ice cream. Wow, yuck.
Round 3.
Do you like JoJo's Big Adventure? Kids, we got a rip-off of Jotaro Kujo here. Maybe this is like a reference to Italian spaghetti westerns. Got the Italian style connection to JoJo. The brim of his hat is all chewed up. Yeah, you got storage containers just like in the port of Seattle, south of Seattle's downtown. Oh, the power moves in this just get stuck by everybody. Okay, I gotta go. Let's just check what difficulty setting this is on. Gotta be normal, yeah, okay, it is. No excuses for me there. In all the arcade games in the Yakuza and Like a Dragon arcades, you can't get a difficulty harder than normal, which sucks. Not that I need it in most of them, but Fighting Vipers 2 I might eventually. So yeah, I've ordered a copy of the Dreamcast Fighting Vipers 2. That should be fun. I think there is a reason to keep this around. It's a little more grounded than Fighting Vipers 2, so it's a different feel. I realize that I'm not good with Jane because I get frustrated with a slow recovery character. You know, she's slow to recover after her moves relative to other characters, and I get caught out. I like her as a character, though. Big old power fist. It's funny that she went blonde into. But yeah, I think I can have some fun with Fighting Vipers 2, especially the super responsive Dreamcast running in Flycast version. That's gonna rule, I hope. I did not expect to, because I knew I wasn't getting Fighting Vipers 2, and I kept thinking about it from time to time. I was like, nope, I know I don't like that game, but I think I was thinking of it in these latter years as because I didn't really gel with this game the first time around. But I still don't really, I mean, I think it must have been, I must have associated with, well, no, my best guess though is that I associated it with Virtua Fighter 3 TB Dreamcast that I had really just been disgusted by back in the day on Dreamcast. Because I thought the color was all gray and washed out, and I didn't, I mean, I think I didn't understand how the game worked at all, but I didn't like the feel of the gameplay and didn't know what I was doing, of course, so I don't know. I like that game, 3TB, except that, like I said, maybe that was in the earlier video, in 3TB you can just kill even the highest level CPU by spamming sweeps. So that kind of ruined it for me once I accidentally found that. Of course, I found that because I got desperate and resorted to spamming sweeps one time. And then I found that I just wasted the CPU, and it was like, oh, I've just ruined the game for myself, like I have done with a bunch of Virtua Fighters, actually. Kind of try not to do that. Will I do that with Fighting Vipers games? Find some spammy way to beat the CPU? I mean, I did. Yeah, it wasn't sweeps that I spammed against the boss to finally beat him as Jane in 2 just now in Gaiden. It was kind of spamming her standing kick. I think I wasn't even using the combo, I was just using the kick because sometimes he just would get up and run right into it and then get up and run right into it again. I don't think that would work against most characters. I think it was just his specific timing and attack pattern. But whatever it was, that was a relief because I was having real trouble against him with Jane. I had gotten through him pretty easily with the 2 previous characters. This was all on normal difficulty in that game. Okay, well, I didn't really expect to come out of this liking Fighting Vipers and deciding to get yet another version of Fighting Vipers 2. It's not super expensive, but it's not cheap. It's like $60 used with the case and manual, I guess. So it's not bad. It's $60 that I didn't think I was gonna have to spend, but dang, well, I mean, I let myself download a ROM to preview a game that I'm thinking about buying because I'm sick of, I've wasted a lot of money buying games that I did not test before I bought them, and then getting them and realizing I just hate how they play because you can't tell in videos, but you know, some games just don't handle well or not like you wanted them to. And so I do download ROMs to test a game that I'm considering buying before I actually pony up dough. So I did that with Fighting Vipers 2, and when you stick the ROM in Flycast, man, that game it just goes. It's so responsive, it's ridiculous. That game is hot in Flycast. Flycast rules. So that's going to be way better than playing the emulated Model 3 version in Gaiden in a shrunk down screen with fake scan lines you can't turn off, and there's got to be some kind of input delay because it did not feel anywhere like the responsiveness in Flycast, which Flycast, to be fair, most of the fighting games I play in there, I get, on my system, roughly measured, I get like 1 frame of delay total of input delay. It's ridiculous. That's less than on an actual Dreamcast hardware. So nothing really beats that. So I don't blame the version of FV2 in Gaiden for not being that responsive. But it's probably got a frame or 2 of extra input delay that it ideally wouldn't have. It's not a bad port. I mean, I had fun with it and I would have kept playing it, but next to the Dreamcast one, it feels really slow. I mean, it is a bad port because of those, you know, the stupid overlay scan lines and shrunk down screen and not being able to set it to higher difficulty levels if you ever got good enough for that. So that's all problematic. So at this point, I mean, the other two fighting games in Gaiden are Virtua Fighter 2.1, which I have also on in a pretty much similar setup emulator-wise on PS3 to this game. Exact same menu system and everything. And that's a real sharp port, and I'll probably just play that one. Because the one in Gaiden has all the limitations that I just rattled off about Fighting Vipers 2. And then the other fighting game in Gaiden is Sonic the Fighters, which is I also have on PS3, and if I wanted to play it, I guess I would play that version, but it's not a good fighting game. So I guess kind of just have Gaiden for the two racing games in it, which I like, but I'm not really sure I'll be able to get too far into them because Motor Raid is very easy, actually. I got an S rank on it already on normal difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty there. And I'm still not sure about Sega Racing Classic 2, aka Daytona 2. I need to play more. I think I like it, but I don't know if it'd be something that I would get a lot of play out of, but who knows. I have a lot of Sega racing games. I actually thought I was going to get to a Sonic racing game tonight, but so I have a bunch of them that I haven't even played yet, but I liked Fighting Vipers 2 so much, even in the Gaiden version, I had to just come and take another crack at the first game and see for comparison, and to justify my having to purchase yet another game off of eBay. Well, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Fighting Vipers, it's silly. I'm not gonna pretend it's a wise thing to buy, but I do really just enjoy the goofy comboing and juggling you can do in the second one. This one, if I just had this, which was the case before, I sort of got turned off by it eventually, and I think I just felt it was a little limited, and it was just not quite engaging enough. And so I think they actually did a good job with the sequel in terms of figuring out that it needed a little livening up, that the power moves, especially once you get an opponent who blocks them, then there's just really not much going on, because your regular moves are pretty limited. I mean, it's not like Virtua Fighter where you have a huge move list. Or a very varied move list, really, and throws are kind of hard to do if your opponent's on their toes in this game. They didn't really fix that into I mean, this is from a new point of view. Probably if I was good at the game, I would be able to use throws, but yeah, I think the I don't know, they just made it feel more fun with that stuff they added in 2. They made it, just more of a fun game. I mean, it's already like this sort of goofy Virtua Fighter spin-off, so they just kind of took it further in 2, and I think that was good. I think it works. But this one is more Seattle-y, that's for sure. Man, I forgot about Boeing Field is basically in here. All right, thanks for watching, and see you later.